Hello, everybody. Lucas Haneman here, and you are listening to the sultry tone of a Boss Nextone Artist amplifier. Man, I think this thing sounds pretty cool. And I'm going to give you guys my opinion on this amplifier today on this episode of Guitar Tone Tuesday. I hope you guys are doing great so far this week. Yes, there are a lot of videos out there about this Boss Nextone amplifier. But for those of you who aren't in the know, the gist of it is that it uses this technology called tube logic to emulate the sound of different tube types. And I find that among transistor amplifiers, this thing is really pushing things to the limits of what we know as transistor. When I listen to this amplifier, and you guys know I'm all about tone. That's what this whole show is about. When I listen to the sound of this thing, I'm impressed. If you just use your ears and if you get away from, the stigma of is it tube, is it not tube? It's not tube, but it's made to sound like tube, and does it really sound like tube? Even if we just take it as it is, it's just a good sounding amplifier. I think it sounds good. So anyways, that being said, I'm not going to get into all the nitty gritty because there's so many demos on this thing, but I just want to walk you guys through some of the sounds and, talk to you guys about how I would use this amplifier in today's episode of Guitar Tone Tuesday. So if you haven't already, please do like, share, subscribe down there. Don't forget to ring the bell if you like content that's all about getting good sound from your guitar and the gear you have. So you guys can't really see because, there's no camera up here. That's not a high budget show. You get what you get on Guitar Tone Tuesday. But the controls are all the way back here, kind of like on a Fender Hot Rod Deluxe or a Fender, one of those amplifiers. The interesting thing comes over here on this side of the amplifier. Okay, we've got a couple really cool features over here. We've got the power scaling feature. Right now I'm down to 0.5 watts out of 80 because I like it. Kind of gives us natural grit to the sound, as you guys heard in the intro. If I dig in, like an amp on the edge of breakup. I dig it. Anyways, right next to that, we have this control, which makes us choose between 4 different trans tube, pseudo tube types. Okay, so right now I'm on the 6V6 sound. So you think like old Fender Deluxe reverb kind of style thing. You think about like lots of the R&B stuff. Which I love. I can play that kind of stuff all day, right? Then we get to the 6L6. It's the next setting. So 6L6, you think kind of like a twin reverb, right? That kind of thing. And immediately I hear, in this setting, I hear more attack on the note. Less sag and compression. It's more direct. You know, so you think about a DeVille or an amp like that as well for a more modern example of that kind of sound. And then the third option is EL84. So you think about the Vox chimey thing. So I can hear that, you know, the amp's being pushed a little bit closer to the breakup thing a little bit sooner with the EL84s. EL84s are known for being a little bit dirtier, you know, more hair on the note, which I like very much. And then we get finally to the EL34, which is more of our Marshall-y kind of thing. So I hear more upper mids. You know, that kind of thing. I'm not going to play too much of it, but you know what I mean, right? That kind of a thing. So I think it sounds really, really nice, you know. And then we have a couple other features. So we got a boost feature here. Sounds cool. Channel switching, so we can go to a dirtier sound. So right now that's a dirty sound with the EL34. I'm going to go back to EL84. I hear a tiny bit more jangle there, as you'd expect with the EL84. Let's go to 6L6 now. It's a little scoopier. I don't know why I'm bending so much today, guys. I think I'm in a goofy mood, but anyways, and then we go to the 6V6. So yeah, you think more like a deluxe, you know, on the edge of explosion, you know. And then the other cool feature about this amplifier is that you can also add some delay. Yeah, sounds really, really, really cool. The other thing it comes with is it comes with this foot switch, which does a whole bunch of stuff. It's way too complicated for me. I like 2-button foot switches, or maybe 1-button foot switches, or 0-button foot switches. But yeah, it's cool, man. There's a lot of stuff you can do. You can channel switch. You can add the boost in. You can, switch on and off the effects loop. There's a bunch of different stuff that you can do with that thing. But I'm not going to bother because there's a lot of other videos that go through all that stuff. I just wanted to give you guys my perspective on this thing. I think it's very, very cool. And I think that a lot of guitar players I know are moving towards amplifiers with technology like this because it makes it easier to gig with. You know, you're not worried about taking tubes out. You're not worried about having a heavy amplifier to schlep around and take to the gig. Although I'm a lover of tube amplifiers and I'm kind of late to the party on things like this. I'm just borrowing this week from my friend Bill. He said, want to do a video on it? And I said, yeah, I think I'm going to do 2. So speaking of that, in a couple of weeks, I'm going to release another video on this amplifier where I do exactly what I'm thinking about, which is pitting it out against the real tube versions of the amplifiers that it's made to emulate, or at least amplifiers that are similar. I'm going to shoot it up against 2 boutique amplifiers. So if you guys are interested in that, please do stick around to the channel. Don't forget to subscribe, ring that notification bell down there, and let me know in the comment section below, do you think that amplifiers like this are giving tube amplifiers a serious run for their money? I'm not sure. The jury's still out, but let me know what you think. That's about it for this week. We will see you guys and girls again next Tuesday.